Welcome, everyone. This is Professor Luke Whitepaws. This is episode 2 of the Canterville Ghost. Come read along and answer in the comments. Last time, the Otis family moved into a very haunted house and found a stain that simply wouldn't disappear. Today, the ghost fights back. Sir Simon tries his best tricks, and, spoiler, it doesn't go well. Today's words: terrifying, extremely frightening, humiliated, made to feel ashamed, dignity, a calm manner that deserves respect. Pronunciation tip: terrifying is stressed on the second syllable. Terrifying. Say it slowly, then speed it up. Let's watch 300 years of ghostly experience meet one very unimpressed American family.
Sir Simon has spent 300 years perfecting the art of frightening the living, and he takes enormous pride in his fearsome reputation. Over the centuries, he has driven housekeepers to madness, made grown men faint, and forced entire aristocratic families to abandon Canterville Chase in the middle of the night, packing their bags in a panic. He keeps a private mental record of his greatest triumphs, and he is determined to add the Otis family to this long and impressive list. On the second night after their arrival, he decides to use one of his most reliable and effective tricks, dragging heavy, rusty chains slowly along the stone floor of the hallway just outside the bedroom of the mischievous twin boys, accompanied by a low, ghostly groaning sound that has terrified generations before them. He expects the usual reaction: screams, crying, perhaps a fainting spell. Instead, the twins, who are clever, mischievous, and completely unafraid of anything supernatural, have been waiting quietly by their door with a pillow, having heard rumors about the ghost from the local villagers. The moment Sir Simon appears in the dim hallway, dragging his chains dramatically, one of the twins throws the pillow directly at his head with excellent aim. Sir Simon stumbles backward in complete shock, his 300-year-old dignity wounded, as the boys burst into laughter and slam their door shut, still giggling.
Let's pause the story again. What did the twins do when Sir Simon appeared with his chains? And how did their reaction make Sir Simon feel? Think it over. Then let's keep going.
Furious, embarrassed, and more determined than ever, Sir Simon decides that his next attempt must be far more serious and dramatic. He selects the costume that has frightened generations of Canterville guests: a full suit of ancient armor, complete with a rusted helmet and a long, sharp sword. Unfortunately, the armor is extremely heavy, and after centuries of not needing to move quickly or gracefully, Sir Simon finds it awkward and exhausting to wear. Still, he presses on with his plan. He intends to appear directly outside Mr. Otis's bedroom door and unleash his most spine-chilling, blood-curdling laugh, a sound so horrifying that it once turned a young housekeeper's hair completely white in a single terrifying night. As he creeps slowly down the dark hallway in the heavy, clanking armor, however, disaster strikes. He trips over the long edge of his own cape on the stairs and falls with a tremendous crash, tumbling down several steps before landing in an undignified heap at the bottom. By the time he manages to stand up, dust himself off, and reach Mr. Otis's door, any element of surprise has been completely lost. Mr. Otis simply opens the door himself, looking only mildly annoyed at the disturbance, as though someone had merely dropped a book downstairs. Rather than showing any fear at all, Mr. Otis calmly reaches into his dressing gown pocket and hands Sir Simon a small bottle of lubricating oil. In a polite, matter-of-fact tone, as though giving advice to a servant, he suggests that Sir Simon use the oil generously on his chains, since their constant squeaking and rattling has been disturbing the entire family's sleep for 2 nights in a row. He adds, quite seriously,
that if the noise continues, he will be forced to write a formal letter of complaint to whatever office handles such matters. Sir Simon is utterly speechless, completely unable to process what has just happened. In 300 years of haunting this house, no living person has ever responded to his terrifying appearance with polite household advice instead of screams of fear. Humiliated beyond words, he storms back to his hidden chamber behind an old tapestry, already trying to imagine a new and far more terrifying plan. One that this strange, maddeningly calm American family will not be able to laugh off so easily.
A pillow to the face and oil for his squeaky chains. Not what Sir Simon hoped for. Next time, someone finally sees him differently. Subscribe for Session 3. See you soon.